What's up guys and cars, today all a brand new video. Today I'm going to be reviewing this 2010 VW Scirocco 2-liter TSI DSG. So sit back, relax and enjoy the video.
Cosmic.
White Katana.
For sneak peeks, behind the scenes, short one reviews and much more. Remember to go follow my new Instagram and TikTok accounts. I promise you'll not regret it. So let's move on to the front of this Scirocco. So as you can see, this car looks very pretty on the front. You do have a very nice white paint and then your gloss black from your windscreen and then your sunroof. It looks very pretty in my opinion. This car looks very unique as these headlights are aligned with the grille over here. There is no fake grills on this car, and the lights on this car is LED lights, but there is no daytime running lights as this car is from 2010. So let me show you how the lights look like on this car. So it's the normal daytime running lights, the park lights, the headlights, the spotlights, the brights, the indicators with the lights, the indicators without the lights. So as you can see, those lights aren't pretty bad looking. They are pretty bright as the main headlights is LED. So this car does not have any front parking sensors, but it does have rear parking sensors, and this car is pretty low on the ground, so you do have to dodge those speed bumps or your bumper will look like this one over here, all chipped up. But neither than that, this car is pretty good looking on the front. So let's move on to the specs of this car. So let's go over the specs of this VW Scirocco. This car has the same engine as the Golf 6 GTI. That's why I did a comparison between the two back in 2020. This car has a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine which produces 207 brake horsepower or 155 kilowatts. This car does produce a pretty good number of torque as it produces 280 newton meters of torque. This car goes 0 to 100 km in 6.9 seconds, and this car's top speed is 238 kilometers or 148 miles. This car is front wheel drive like all other VW hatchbacks and sedans, and this car weighs 1.3 tons or 2,900 pounds. This car is pretty economical as it averages about 8.5 liters per 100 kilometers on the city and on the highway 6.9 liters per 100 kilometers, which is a pretty good number, which gives it a combined of 7.5 liters per 100 kilometers. This car comes in 2 times transmissions, a 6-speed DSG like this one, or a 6-speed manual. This car retails at $11,400 in America, 168,000 Rand in South Africa, and in Europe 9,600 euros. So this car isn't very cheap for a 2010 car. So is this car worth your hard-earned money? Wait until the further part of the video so you can see if this car is for you. So this is the back of this VW Scirocco, and as you can see, it looks very pretty. You do have your blacked out rear windscreen, and that looks very beautiful in my opinion. You can't even see anything. You do have a very nice spoiler over here with a nice black plastic over here, and yeah, you do have a very nice futuristic looking back. You do have a very nice aftermarket exhaust. This car has an aftermarket exhaust which make it very loud. The stock exhaust is pretty quiet, so it does make the car a bit less fun. You also do have a nice diffuser over here, and you do have rear parking sensors. So let me show you how the lights look like on this car. So this is the normal daytime running lights. The tail lights. The fog lights. The brake lights with the lights. The indicators with the lights. The indicators without the lights. The brake lights without the lights. And of course, the reverse lights. So as you can see, those lights look pretty nice. This car does look very unique at the back. So let's open up the boot of this car, and the only way you can open up the boot of this car is either through the key or through the interior. There is no latch or switch for the rear. So let's open up the boot of this car. You have to be very quickly if you want to open, because then the thing just locks completely. So then as you can see, the boot of this car is pretty big considering this is a nice 2-door car for youngsters. We do not have any storage at the back. There's no separate compartments or anything like that. It's just the boots. But yeah, it is pretty deep, so you can fit some nice things in there. You do have a cigarette lighter. You do have a nice light, and yeah. So you do also have your spare wheel spanner, jack, triangle, everything you need in a car. So that's also pretty nice to know that this car does have that too. So I'm going to move on to the interior of this Scirocco. So this is the interior of this VW Scirocco, and as you can see, it does give a lot of VW vibes in here. It does have the right amount of buttons and technology in here. So let's begin with the center console of this car, and as you can see, you do have your 2 air vents, your hazard switch, your screen. This is an aftermarket screen over here. Then you do have your dual temperature automatic climate controls with warm-up seats. So talking about the screen over here, this is an aftermarket screen because the 2010 VW Sciroccos don't have like proper Bluetooth streaming, and they are a bit low res or a bit dated, but this screen isn't bad also. But it's always best to have your original car screen. So then this is the other part of the center console, and as you can see, you do have your cigarette lighter, you do have your traction control off button, a row of blank switches, your DSG gearbox, 2 cup holders, a nice handbrake lapped in leather, and then a nice arm rest. And inside the arm rest is some storage and your aux jack. So yeah, you are pretty sorted out with your technologies in here. So then this is where the driver sits in this car, and as you can see, you have your traditional analog dials from VW and a nice digital display over there. Then you do also have your leather steering wheel and your very nice GTI steering wheel, but without the GTI badging. You also do have your paddle shifters, your very traditional VW stalks, and yeah. So this isn't real metal on the steering wheel, this is a fake metal. So then this is the other part of the driver's side, and as you can see, the driver also does get an air vent, the light switches which are also automatic, and your brightness controls for the interior, and when you go all the way down there, you do have a nice storage and your bonnet opening switch. So then this is a door panel of this car, and as you can see, you do have your speaker on top, a soft touch material over there. You do have your central locking electric windows and a nice handle, very unique design. Then you do have another speaker down there. You also get your boot opening switch and some storage. And then this is where the passenger sits, and as you can see, the passenger does have another air vent, an airbag, a nice trim over there, and yeah, then a nice cubby hole over here, which in this cubby hole you can switch off the passenger airbag. And yeah, you can also switch off like for the AC, like you can make the AC blow in there. So let's say you have a cake in there and you don't want your cake to melt, you can easily just put it in there and your cake will stay nice and hard like fudge. What is your favorite dessert? Please let me down in the comment section below or DM me on Instagram. I would love to know your favorite desserts. So then this is the seats of this car. They are leather seats. They feel real. I'm going to put up on the screen if they are real. And then this is very interesting. The driver has electric seats. Okay, the driver does have his electric seats for going like that. It's forward, backwards, and to go down and up. And the driver also does get his bolster over here, bolster supports. The passenger gets manual seats. So that is pretty harsh from VW, assuming that the passenger is going to be strong enough to turn this wheel to make this go down or up. Because this does have its wheel, like a wheel to put it like this with the wheel, like you just do that and it just slowly but surely goes like that. A lot of work. I'm not sure if it's an option to have electric seats on that side, but if it is, that would be great. So then talking about the quality in here, it is not bad at all. You do have a soft touch dashboard, leather steering wheel, leather seats, some leather over here trim. Not sure it's real leather though. Soft touch over here. But yeah, this is a VW interior, so the more down you go, hard plastic. Remember, this is a VW we're talking about, this is not an Audi. So then, yeah, you also do have a nice light over here, and then your sunroof control, and then you do have your microphones and things over here. So I'm going to move on to the back of this car. So this is the back of this VW Scirocco, and as you can see, this car can only fit 4 people because there's only 2 seats at the back, because this is a very small car and these seats are pretty cool looking, I have to admit that. So then this is the center console for the rear passengers, and as you can see, there's a cigarette lighter which is stolen and a storage, so there's no air vents in this car for the rear passengers. So you have to ask the driver if he can please turn up the AC. So this car doesn't have a center console, but I'll show it to you. The other part of the center console, as you can see, it's just part of the seats with its seat box. And yeah, there's no armrest, so there's no like hidden armrest or anything like that. It's a sports car. So then this is the door, like the panel, the door panel or the side panel for the rear passengers. And as you can see, there's a speaker up there, some nice armrest, storage, and another speaker and some more storage over there. But yeah, it is pretty nice over here. There's no netting or nothing on the rear seats. But yeah, other than that, it's a sports car, so like you mustn't expect much. This car is for weight saving. But then talking about the quality over here, you did lose a bit of the quality over here. You do have your leather seat and a nice like I must say soft like armrest over here, but it's just plastic over here. There's no soft touch material up there like the front. This is just plastic over here. But you only get one light for the rear. You only have one light over there. You have no light on this side. Only one light over here, which is pretty weird in my opinion. VW went pretty wild with the saving of the money. As you can see, the front passenger doesn't have its seats, and then the rear passenger doesn't have over here. So yeah, but other than that, it is pretty comfy in here. I do have enough room over here to stretch out. So you can go to a nice road trip with your buddies in this car. This is what this car is about for young people. So I'm going to go and review the side of this car. So this is the side of this VW Scirocco, and as you can see, it looks very unique and very pretty. This entire car looks very unique. You do have a very nice blacked out tinted windows over here, and this car is a two-door, as you can see. This car is really modern. As you can see, you do have your 18-inch low profile alloy mags, and they do look very beautiful in black, especially in matte black. You do have a very nice halfway sunroof, which ends right over here by the door over here, which also looks pretty nice. And you do also have your color coded mirror caps, but this specific one has it blacked out to match these wheels. This car looks very nice with its theme of black and white. The tail lights will also look very nice. They will also blacked out. This car will look very beautiful, not like it doesn't look already. If you have a very nice side skirt over here and a nice black plastic, just to give it this more of a black and white vibe, it looks very nice again. So then your indicators are located on the mirrors. This is one of the first generation of VWs where the indicators are located on the mirror. And yeah, this car is pretty small. You do have your antenna over here. It does look a bit like the BMW Fin, but not quite. It does look pretty modern like that. So my opinion on this car is, I think this is a great daily drive for youngsters. This is a perfect car for the younger generation because this car does have enough space, it is compact, and it does have the power and tuning potential you need for a young car enthusiast. So I'm going to put the Young Car Wiz Score on the screen so you can see the scores that I gave this car. So for the daily scores, I gave this car 7 for features, 6 for comfort, 6 for quality, 9 for practicality, and 8 for value, which made a total of 36 out of 50 for the daily scores. Now for the weekend scores, I gave this car 9 for styling, 6 for acceleration, 8 for handling, 10 for fun factor, and 10 for cool factor, which made a total of 43 out of 50 for the weekend scores. So the total Young Car Wiz score for this car is 79 out of 100. So if I say to this far video, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, press the subscribe button, like button, and turn on notifications so you never miss an upcoming video like this. What do you think of this VW Scirocco? Please let me know down in the comment section below your opinion on in this car. I would love to know what you guys think of these cars. So have a great day as always, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye. This car goes 0 to 100 comes in 6.9 seconds, which is pretty slow, but not at the same time. 900 pounds. This car is pretty economical because this is a 2-liter engine. Because it. So let's go over the specs of this VW. So let's go over the specs of this 2010 petrol 4-cylinder engine. This car goes 0 to 100 comes in 6.9 seconds. So let's go over the specs of this 2010 VW Scirocco 2-liter TSI DSG. This car has the Golf 6. This car is pretty economical as it has about 9 liters per 100 kilometers on the city, and on the highway 6.9 liters per 100 kilometers. So let's go over the specs of this 2010 VW Scirocco 2-liter TSI DSG. This car has the same engine as the Golf 6 GTI, thus I did a review between the... So let's go over the specs of this 2010 VW Scirocco 2-liter TSI DSG. This car has the same engine as the VW Golf 6 GTI. That's why I did a comparison between the two back in 2020. This car has a So this is the side of this I'm gonna say BMW, what?